Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching. How are you, my little roaches? Welcome to another episode of the Josh Potter Show. Another episode, a bit in triage mode, but we're crawling out of it just like roaches do. From under the fridge, we find a crumb, and we have like such great helpers here with us. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. First, I want to reveal who's on the ones and twos in the back. It's none other than your boy, Mr. Any Kravitz.
What's up, baby? It's your boy.
And
it's good to be here, man.
This is a wild affair, but this is how we're remedying things for now, and I'm playing things off my phone. We don't have all the sounds, so I got to do some acapella, and I got John Otto, though. He has arrived via the soundboard here, so I should probably turn it on, huh? I don't
care about that, not a thing.
I love fucking things up, but here we go. I have another surprise for everybody, despite all the bullshit that I've got going on here. To my left is none other than Nadav himself.
What's up, Dr. J in the house, homie?
Dr. J, is that what you're going by now?
I feel like I've done enough shows with Dr. Drew where it's like if you showed me your you're like, what's wrong with it? I could probably tell you.
I was gonna say you are pretty much a medical professional at this point.
Ooh, do we need to bleep that? Or is
nope.
that good on the? All right.
I mean, I'll do it if I.
It was educational. Nah, it's fine.
I'll mark it down. I'm mixing the audio at this one, so let me do some live logging here. Beep. And then do it again. Okay. So yes, it's all hands on deck here at Night Pants Studio today, and I appreciate both of you first and foremost before I say anything else.
Absolutely.
For all of your help, and to Ryan Sickler as well, who has been putting out some fires and things. And now we can do the show, which I'm very pleased about, and we have some exciting things to talk about. I want to let you know, though, that I'm going to be on the road, and we just had a new one announced. First and foremost, though, September 5th, going to be at Milwaukee, at the Milwaukee Improv. This club is brand new. I think I'm like the third weekend in its existence, so come on and have fun.
Hell yeah.
And then September 15th, it was just put on sale today as of this taping. Going to be at Nashville at Zanies, and then at the end of the month, September 30th, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv. And lastly, on Thanksgiving weekend, I return home. The Prodigal Roach goes back to the club in which he was born, Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, for the whole Thanksgiving weekend. You can get tickets on the link tree in my bio of my Instagram, of my Twitter, or just by Googling things. So pleased to be getting the tickets. I love you, and I will see you out on the road. Twitch.tv/Josh_Potter is what I do in the meantime. But yes, Nadav is here.
Oh, yeah.
Any is here, and we have so much to get into. You know what I thought we would do for the Nice Boy Clock?
What?
Is talk about perhaps the nicest boy in the history of time right now.
Chris?
Chris, I miss Chris. He might still be the nicest. You're right.
He really is nice.
In this case, I'm talking about none other than Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, I haven't heard this news. I came in today and you're like, "Hey, dude, have you heard what happened with Schaub?" I'm
this story is.
You said it on your Twitch last night. What the heck's going on,
dude? This story, and someone pointed it out to me. I mean, I guess it happened a couple of days ago, and he talked about it on his podcast. I apologize, Brendan. I did not listen to that episode, so I didn't catch it. But I'll tell you the story here. So I feel bad, by the way. In the article, they just say former UFC fighter. Come on, guys. He's done so much more than that.
He's got a Showtime
He's
special.
A comedian.
A little respect.
And now he's a fucking hero.
Yeah.
So how about
Is there anything this man can't do?
How about a little respect for Brendan, huh?
Oh, Brendan's the best.
Here, Brendan Schaub helped rescue 4 young children from a deadly car crash in California last week after prosecutors said a suspect drove down the wrong way on a busy highway with the intent of killing the passengers in the vehicle. So Schaub, he told the story on it. Go check out The Fighter and the Kid. I don't know what episode it is, but he tells the whole story. But I'll give you his synopsis here that he gave the press. He saw like a 6 or 7 year old type on top of a car waving for help and yelling like for help and shit. and he said to his wife, "Babe, that's a fucking kid." This is all in the article. I mean, this is from his tellings on Fire
on the pod.
A brief
podcast.
synopsis of it.
And this all happened in Los Angeles?
Yes. So he's on the highway or what have you, and he goes, "No, that's a kid." And then he pointed down, and then the kid, I guess, was like pointing down. There was 2 other children in the car that they saw. So the whole time, so like he goes, "There's 2 kids and there's a bigger kid," and he keeps going, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die." And I go, "You're not gonna die, buddy. You're not gonna die." I tell the other guy to back up, so I grab the door, but it's mangled from the crash and it's intertwined with the car. So he breaks the window, and he's talking about it like he's like, "I break the window. It's already broke, but I'm not like Captain America, so I'm pulling shattered glass out with me and stuff like that." You are Captain America, dog. Yeah, dude. I texted him about this last night.
You don't need to caveat that. You got through the window.
I texted him. Yeah, exactly. You're saving the children.
You're like, I mean, like I didn't get it on the first hit, but I mean, like, you know, a couple bounces I got. You know, I broke the seal.
So I texted Brendan last night. I go, "You're a fucking hero, dude."
That's wild.
And he was like, "Thanks, man. I'd hope you do the same." And the way that I read that, I go like, was that like a thing? Like he doesn't think I do this?
You know, was he calling you a pussy?
Yeah. He's like, but here I am. I wrote back to him. I go, "I don't. Oh my god." I told you.
Who are you calling?
No, I got a spam call. I got a spam call.
No, that was an outward call.
No, I got a.
That's what your ringtone sounds like.
It was just it was like it was on speakerphone, so you heard the ring.
No, that's the ring of you calling.
Right.
Though. That's an outbound call.
That's an outbound call.
How did I call a spam?
I don't know. Fucking Potter finds a way. Dude, this is the best. This is the best fucking
I'm
start.
fucking waiting. You see, this is why I don't like new technology.
I feel like I'm Casey Kasem right now. I'm trying to talk about how fucking Brendan Schaub saved 4 fucking kids from a burning car or whatever, breaking glass with his arm, and now I got to come out of these goddamn numbers with these up-tempo... I feel like Casey Kasem. Where are the pictures I was supposed to receive?
You're actively taking spam calls while talking about this Brendan Schaub hero story.
It just popped up on my thing.
No. Yeah, it's your phone's fault, not yours.
It was completely.
Tell me more about Schaub. He pulled 3 or 4.
Well, no.
kids.
So I was saying like it just got in my mind because he was like, "I'd hope you do the same." And I was like, "Hey, man, I hope I would do the same too, but I don't fucking know if I was in that position. You know, you did it. You actually did the thing. I mean, like, I would have been like, the car's on fire. Like, I don't know what I would have. I would have hoped that I would be like an action hero and break the glass and pull the kids out and shit. But I'm a small boy. I don't even know that I would have seen it. I would have been so in my phone driving down the highway.
You definitely wouldn't have seen
my Uber would have been like, "Whoa, that car! There was like a kid up there." I would have been like,
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna rain soon. There's something with my knee going on, and like my back is kind of. I don't know, dude. Like pulling. That seems like an awkward angle to pull these kids out.
I just can't even. Sometimes I just wonder. I'm like, if my Uber. I've had Uber drivers go like, "Holy shit, that car's on fire," and I don't even look up from my phone. I go, It makes you wonder, you know.
I still remember. I still sometimes have this memory, and I know I've told this on this show before. But we used to drive home together from the studio, and there was a giant migration of monarch butterflies. That was, in all honesty, one of the most beautiful things I've seen. It's just the sky is filled with butterflies. I'm like, man, this is wild. This is crazy, huh? And you're like, what?
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, you don't see the butterflies? He's like, butterflies.
Not a one. Didn't see a single fucking butterfly.
And then I laughed so hard I almost crashed the car.
Because you were like, I'm like, why is it so funny? I don't see a butterfly. He's like, no, there are a swarm of butterflies. It is like legitimately clouding
We're
the sun.
in a shade of butterflies.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, my favorite story about your eyesight is still when I was showing you this girl that I might like go out with, and you were like, yeah, you're like, wow, yeah, she's hot. I'm like, bro, I didn't even get to her yet. Like, I was like on the home screen. You're like, she's so hot. I'm like, you asshole, bro. You don't even fucking see this shit.
You do little games. You have to do little games to get through the day.
Such a dick.
It's not even a dick thing. It's just like, I assume I'm not going to like get up in your phone and everything. So it's just a thing I have to do to like kind of put things off. I go, look, it's doing it again.
Dude, that is a you calling sound.
Dude, you're worse than
Dude, I just showed you. I go, it's calling me again, and it did it again. I can't even.
No, this is good. Keep going, bro.
I remember I go, no one's gonna. You're like, should I put it in airplane mode? No one's gonna call me. No one ever calls me. Who cares? I'm just gonna leave it in regular mode. 2 times. in 9 minutes and 15.
I'll have you know, this is always my most favorite part of the Potter Show.
This is the part where I'm like, you're a professional, Josh. You got to get through these. You got to stop it with these mistakes and these bumbles. And then everyone's like, when you fuck up, it's hilarious.
No, dude, well, it's one of those things where it's like, you know how rich people, like, they buy, like, I don't know, fucking plates with air bubbles in it with the imperfection. I think, like, it's the imperfections is what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
That's this show.
I just feel like a fucking...
Idiot woman!
We have some breaking news. I don't have my news sounds.
Is that the end of the shop story?
Yeah, he saved the kids. Maybe. Yeah, I don't have the sounds, so Annie's doing them today.
I'm fucking
got you, Chief.
sweating, dude.
But yeah, no, he saved the kids, and I mean, sincerely, Brandon Schaub is a fucking hero. That's insane.
No,
And
that's superhero stuff.
And
man.
like when I texted him about it, he wasn't like I would have been like, it was so fucked up. I would have like called me and been like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have been like, it was just so fucking nut. Like he was so chill about it, like a hero. It should be. And
I want to reiterate the text that went back and forth. You're sure he said, "I hope you would do the same," or "I'm sure you would do the same"?
No, I hope, he said. I distinctly reread it to myself. And I go, I hope I would. I said to him, I hope I would too. I don't know. I mean, you did though, you know?
You're like, I know I need a thicker prescription because I know I didn't read this right.
I hope I would have. Like I said, I would hope too, but I don't know. I don't know. I can honestly say.
Yeah, I would hope
it
I
wouldn't
would do
be
the
out of
same
malice
too.
if you threw it in front of me and were just like, save those kids, and I wouldn't have been like, nah, that's not what I'm saying. I would have been like, but if I was going down the highway, chances are I would have been in an Uber. I would have had my earbuds in, and I would have been like, it's the final countdown. And then a guy in the front seat would be like, check that out. I'd be like, what's that? Oh, yeah, sure, okay. And then I wouldn't have checked it out. You know what I mean? I would have just kept going about my day. But
right.
Congratulations.
You would have plugged in. You would have been like, huh? Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful sunset.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a congratulations, but you know what I'm saying. It's go give him a pat on the back. I don't know. So this is a big story in my life, and I understand Annie has a viewpoint on it too. I want to, before I get to Annie's, because I know his standpoint on this, I would like to know from you, Nadav, are you going to miss OnlyFans? Are you on there?
I mean,
other than
as a creator,
not as a creator, more as a purveyor of work. I would imagine you are like I think we had to create an account to like view someone's something at one point.
Yeah, like here's what's crazy is that like, and in any other situation, no one would believe this, but like I do have an account, but it's for work.
Right.
Yeah, it's for
That's
research purposes.
And I knew that, but
yeah.
I was asking, do you have your own side account for Nadav time?
I think there was one time I tried. There was someone that like got on my radar. Like, oh yeah, I've heard things about their OnlyFans. So I went and I checked it out, and I think I bought the first month. It goes by months, right?
Well, it depends. There's different structures. I'll give a brief for those of you out there.
The cheapest one.
Well, for those of you out there who don't know OnlyFans, it was a place for sex workers to create their art, and they would go on, and you could do a monthly. What happened?
No, we're good.
We could do a monthly subscription-based thing, or you can do a free one. Some of them would do free ones to entice people to follow them, and then it would show up in the timeline, and then they would do pay-per-views. In your inbox, you could tip $5. You get to watch her shove a dildo inside of her for a couple minutes. Not a bad exchange. Whatever it is that the person's doing, whatever their particular art is, and however they wanted to structure it, there was varying ways. But now the news has come that these types of actions, pornography that is, no longer allowed on OnlyFans because of new investors. They want to clean up OnlyFans from the sex workers. Everyone is up in arms. I personally am
clean
upset.
it up to what?
I don't understand. They want to make it like a high-end Instagram, like a pay-per-view Instagram.
Well, that was the thing. It was actually, I mean, I don't know too much, but from what I do know, it was supposed to be, Jesus Christ, that's not right.
I have an article, but it is...
it was supposed to not be for porn initially, right?
Well, it was
That's
like
what
for creators, and I think
Yeah.
sex workers just came in like locusts and took it over, and then they were like, now this is how we're getting all of our fucking money. And even celebrities have used the guise of this being a pornographic site in order to trick people into buying some things. I fell for it, Bad Baby. I'll admit. I fell for your ruse.
What's Bad Baby's account like?
Well, you go into it going like, there's no way she's going to be like, fucking... like coming on fucking camera, you know what I mean? So I knew that, but I thought maybe she'd give us like a tit shot once in a while. Now she's like, and like, call me a fucking pervert. I don't care. She turned 18 and made a big deal out of it. I was like, I'm a middle-aged man who's lonely. I'll get on board with this and see where this goes. It never went anywhere. It's just basically like an Instagram where she's maybe in like a underwear or something, and you're like, well, fine, you got my money on this one. And she made what, like $2 million in the first day, and then I'm sure that trickled down because people are no longer going to keep paying for that ruse.
I mean, you're not renewing, right?
I didn't renew after that. After one day, I was like, make sure I don't have the renew on that one. But I very much like it, and now Ennie doesn't like OnlyFans. He is like an anti-OnlyFans. Is he also?
No, I'm not an anti.
Well, no, it's like you get your bread, but you're not using it, is what I'm saying. And you think less of men for using it?
No.
Oh,
You definitely remember that wrong. I said that I don't consider myself a simp, but I also think that calling yourself a simp is not a bad thing. I think a lot of people get that wrong. When they say simp, they usually mean it derogatory or as a derogatory word. I don't think simp is a bad thing. Some dudes like to be like that.
Well,
There's also an
You know what I mean?
alpha simp, and I'll say that's like a thing that I just created, and I will tell you why.
Okay.
Because you give the women the respect and the monetary value that they are deserved. Ergo, when you do that in a respectful way in a transaction, sometimes it makes you look good, whereas the other thirsty guys are like trying to pretend there's a ruse behind it where this woman actually likes them. It's like being a little flirty but dismissive to a waitress or something like that, to the point where they're like, oh, this guy isn't like actually trying to hit on me, he's just like in this for the transaction, but he's kind of cool.
I thought, wait, simp is not an insult?
No, it is. People use it as a derogatory slur.
It's an acronym,
which we have to take back.
You know what the acronym stands for, right?
What is it?
Someone idolizing mediocre pussy or penis, or that's what I thought it meant.
I think somebody attached it to that. I thought it was like,
exactly.
I thought simp just meant because you're just like it's like an old-timey
opposite of a
medieval
pimp?
word. No, it's a pimp, not a simp. Keep the dope fiends higher than the Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp, I got iodine poisoning. Fuck, people make me sick with all that pitching and bargaining. You say that you a boss, I ain't believing that shit. You got that funny Geneva watch with the Ferrari kit. Take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us. I got the red promethazine, the orange and yellow tuss. Hydrocodone on a hands-free phone. The 84 Brom on them blades, 20-inch chrome.
3-6, my.
You got 15, you can get a fizzer. I'm choking on the Doja Sweet and sipping on that scissor. You tell we're killing minutes today. I'm just kidding.
This is fucking breezing, dude. Hold on, we're out of the nice boy clock already?
Oh yeah, we've been. I know it's breezing by, baby. I haven't even gotten to the second thing. We're talking about OnlyFans still, because I wanted to get any, because I feel like, I mean, I have consulted ladies. I feel this is like tough for my the ladies that I have like encouraged to do this. I have gotten so many regular girls to start OnlyFans, and they're brilliant at it. They're my favorite follows. They're basically girls that I knew I would never get to have sex with, that I convinced to do this, and I pay them, and they get other people to pay them, and now it's almost as if being like a simp in this way. It's like I can have some of the perks of dating. Yes, I don't actually get to fuck them, but also I don't actually have to talk to them. Do you know what I mean?
But
if I squint enough, I think I could understand what you're saying.
I actually the ones that are literally the ones I'm referring to, I do enjoy their company and can talk to them. But I'm saying, like, in terms of women in general, in this regard,
you don't have to put as much work.
Yeah, because think about this:
reward.
You're paying to take them out to dinner. You're going to pay $100 for dinner. You're going to pay for an Uber. You're going to pay for drinks. You're going to pay for blah blah blah. I'm just paying $10, and I'm getting yeah, daddy, and I go bop 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 bop. Good night, and then I don't feel things anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that, like, God, I got to get out there and go after something and chase down the gazelle. It's almost like a Jurassic Park with the T-Rex. You know, when they just put a goat in, they're like, the T-Rex doesn't want to eat, he wants to hunt.
Right.
I want to eat. I'm the T-Rex in the cage. Give me the goat. Lower the goat, baby.
I don't care if it's chained
Nom, 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 nom. It won't even hit the ground. Just put it in my mouth. Put the goat in my mouth.
So this OnlyFans news, I mean, you know, you guys are having your own takes on it. My brain is thinking, how can we make money off of this?
No, see, this
Well, I
is the thing.
said this off air, and I don't know if I should say. I think Tom Segura should buy something and make an OnlyFans. I don't know why he hasn't. I think he probably. You know what? He's probably on the phone right now making a deal.
Wait, to make an OnlyFans or to
make
buy
a
OnlyFans?
No, to make a replacement for OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
To buy the next thing up. He's got his finger on the pulse.
Sure.
So the next thing up, he knows there's going to be a void that needs to be filled, and he's going to invest in that.
Right. Well, that's what I've been saying is that everyone's freaking out like everyone's going to be losing houses. Sure, people will suffer for this, but not someone's absolutely going to come and
It is scary to
sweep
get
your
yourself. Well, there is already AVN is already doing their version of it, and I think there are a few others.
Wait, AVN, isn't that just like a one-time award thing?
Well, it's the AVN awards are it's like an association or whatever. It's like a company.
It's like the NBA of porn.
I'm trying to. It's more like the NBC of porn.
There we go. Okay.
Something like
All
that.
right.
Maybe I'm not even accurate. But it's, yeah, so I mean, like, they're starting their own thing. I don't know if Patreon allows for nudity and pornography. I know some that have done it. Maybe a little under the radar.
Maybe the fact that it's not known, and because it's not
scattering. The thing is, you're
Porntreon,
scattering your audience. So yes, women are freaking out, and I'm freaking out as a user. I'm going like, where's each one's going their own different way. You know, I used to have them all in one little place.
I gotta see where they're
they're going
splintering off.
This one's going to AVN. This one's going over here. It's like the band's breaking up, and it's like a breakup. It's like people are moving out, and that's why I'm upset today about the breaking news about OnlyFans. You know what else? Do you see the videos of the people falling from the planes? Isn't that nuts? Afghans.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Okay, we're shifting.
Yeah, that's the news, baby. Next topic.
For the OnlyFans.
And also
like,
today,
OnlyFans girls are jumping out of windows. Like, is that?
if I were logging a broadcast, I would be like, top story, OnlyFans. Next up, the Afghans falling from the planes. Number 2, numero dos. So the guy would be like, so OnlyFans not having a pornography any longer, and so many adult sex workers panicking in the streets. Also, Afghans falling from planes. We'll have that at 5. But yes, it's wild. The videos are insane, and people are very it's moving people. You know, it's making people go like, this is terrible, obviously, how badly these people want to get out of their country.
Right.
I think it more points out, in the last 20 years, we didn't really put in a public education system down in fucking Afghanistan. Like, what's the best case scenario hanging onto the plane? I mean, that thing flies 30,000 feet. You're going to be an ice cube if you even can hold on. Like, what's the end game? That's what I'm wondering. Say you make it all the way, you land.
Like they're holding on.
They're going to be like, there's a guy on the plane, and then you're fucked.
They're in the wheel wells? They're holding on to wings?
No, man,
like,
they're holding on to whatever they can. The videos are insane. I can't believe you haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're literally just in the.
There's one where like
vents
they
of the
actually
wing.
get up pretty high, and a guy just like finally like either is forced. Like they all think they're Tom Cruise. Maybe they saw that Mission Impossible. Where like people can just hang on to planes, but they certainly don't have a 7th grade level sense of aviation because. If
7th grade level
here's
of
the thing, because people are like, and then people explain to me, they're like, no, Josh, you see, this is how bad they want to get out of the country. But I'm thinking in my head, if I was there, I'd be like, well, I'm just going to start. I want to get out of here too, but I'm going to start walking. I'm not hanging onto the fucking plane.
Right. I'm gonna take the road less traveled.
I'm gonna take my chances running on the ground or something. You know what I mean? This doesn't work any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
Better luck at the border.
You can't breathe at 30,000 feet.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but people have said that it gets thin up there.
Yeah, and then it's traveling at, I think it's an Airbus of some sort, so it's like at least 400 miles per hour. You're just going to be like thinking your fingers are going to, like, that's the thing. That's what made me more sad was that in the last 20 years we didn't establish some sort of public education system without people would have been like hanging onto a plane. It's not the way to do this.
Well, I mean, like in terms of establishing education systems, have you seen videos of, because the U.S. Army has been trying to train the Afghan army for like the last, I don't know, ever since they entered
since time.
That's
the other thing. People are like,
9/11.
Afghanistan's so bad now. I'm like, when was it good?
Well, the videos are U.S. soldiers that are just talking to camera. It's almost like an episode of The Office. They're like, dude, we're trying to train these guys, and like they're just smoking hash all the time. I can't.
Yeah,
they're showing up with their helmets backwards and their guns like bent in half and stuff.
Sick. I love it. Let them do that. Let them do whatever they want. It's shitty to live there. I get it. That's my point. Like, these people were like,
yeah.
I don't think that they thought they were escaping. I think that was like suicide. They were like, it's either live here or let this plane throw me away. You know what I mean?
Look, man, as a J, like we've crossed paths with the Taliban in the past when they fucked with Israel for a bit. And let me tell you, those guys don't fuck around. They get when they have their mind set on something, they really fuck shit up, dude.
And this could be naive of me. This could be completely naive in a lot of ways. But the Taliban to me is like, it's like you're talking about Motley Crue in 1994. I'm going like, hair metal's over, dude. You know, we have COVID now. All right.
But it's coming back.
It's that's
all
what they always say.
It's all cyclical.
That's what they always say. It's coming back.
Like who? Greta Van Fleet. They're the Greta Van Fleet, right? Of terrorists.
I mean, that's a great reference, but I think if you talk to Greta Van Fleet, they would tell you the rock genre is a little rough.
Excuse me.
Yes. Fleek. Very funny.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's going on. You know what? And it's gotten me thinking about Islam, and I thought, like, you know, remember Cat Stevens?
You mean Yusuf Islam?
Exactly. He converted. He was so dedicated to Islam that he took such a cool name like Cat Stevens. Mm-hmm. How's that song go? Remember that? Not Moonshadow. That one sucks.
I don't know the whole catalog. There was one of his songs.
La, 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 la. What's that fucking one?
It used to be. Yeah,
now that I used to have lost everything to you.
It used to be a karaoke song of mine. I forget which one it was.
New. Bad girl. Don't be a sad girl. No, that's James Taylor.
Oh, my bad.
I think. Fuck, man. It's in my brain.
Fucking Yusuf, dude. He fucks everything up, man.
I was going to say, I'm editing the sound on this so I could just play it and edit it out and know it. But it's a brainworm, so that's the only reason I would do that, because it's like one of those things that gets in your head and you go like, why can't I figure it out?
Yeah, Cat Stevens is really ruining your day, huh?
But Cat Stevens inspired me, you see, because he was so invested in his conversion to Islam that he changed this marketable name, this brand of his. He's like, now I'm Yusuf Islam, and now I can't ride on an airplane because my name is like John Smith of terrorists, so I'm on a no-fly list for sure.
Yeah, do you think he's getting a...
He was definitely on a no-fly list. There was a Yusuf Islam on the on the 25 most wanted list.
Oh, it was the name of a terrorist?
Yeah. It's like he just picked it. I mean, it's like picking like, my new name's Aaron Becker. You know what I mean? It's just a name in Islam. So it's like, it was just a coincidence, but he had difficulty like navigating about for a spell there because his name was on a no-fly list, which is dedication. That means he really loves. And so what I've decided to do is take this type of passion, and I am going to put that same passion into now becoming a Mets fan here at the end of the season.
Okay,
I'm going to put on my Mets head for my religious reasons.
Your Mets head?
Headgear or head garb.
Okay.
My religious headdress.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
You know, then I pray to the east. In this case, the east is Queens. Queens, New York, where Citi Field is. I pray 5 times a day. And I'm here, Mets fans. Daddy is here. We are going to get them into the postseason because the Mets are just must-see TV, you see. They're just electric. You can watch them win. You could watch them lose.
Explain it to me. I don't know baseball and I don't get it.
Exactly.
What makes it exciting?
When they lose, it's in such grand fashion where you're like, how does anyone lose like that?
Okay.
And when they win, you go, holy shit, they pulled it out, like every time. And it's like, I'm trying to come up with like a specific example. But there've just been so many. I've watched so many Mets games this season, and every one is just drama-filled. You think baseball, it's like beep, 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 whatever.
Drama-filled.
They are just, because then there was a time, Francisco Lindor, a new acquisition to the team this year, great player. Him and I believe it was Jeff McNeil had an argument, and it kind of turned into a blow-up, and they went into the tunnel to do it. Now cameras and people were all running into this tunnel, and everyone's going like, what's going on in the tunnel? What are they arguing about? So instead of like airing their grievances, Francisco Lindor came up with a story that because he's new to New York City, he goes, I ain't never seen a New York City rat before. Jeff's been here a while. He knows what a rat looks like. He said, no, that's a raccoon. I said, no, it's a rat. He said, it's a raccoon. I said, no, it's a rat. So we were arguing about if it was a rat. Everyone's like, what the fuck is that?
It's hard to tell who the stupid one is in that one.
So the media just goes like, well, they were arguing about a rat or raccoon, evidently, in the tunnel. No one really got to the bottom of what was going on there. But that's the thing about the Mets. They're exciting. Now they've just acquired from the Chicago Cubs El Mago, the wizard, Javier Baez, who is just electric to play. Jacob deGrom, of course, is on the team, and he's like maybe the best pitcher of our generation. I mean, he's so good. He's hurt right now. But here's the thing. Everyone's hurt right now. So the Mets are sliding in the standings, and that's where Daddy has to step in, put on my Mets turban, and pray to the East, baby. I'm here. I've converted. My name is no longer Josh Potter. It is Francisco Villar. I don't know who to combine.
Yusuf Metzlum.
Yeah, I was trying to just combine some Mets names.
That's probably safer.
Strawberry DeGrom. I don't know. But I'm here, Mets fans. I'm rooting for you and you alone in that division now for the remainder of the year, and hopefully they can slide out. I don't. At the very least, when this comes out, they might have like fucked up enough by the time in like 3 days that they're not in the playoffs anymore. I don't even know. But I'm riding this Mets train through the rest of the season, my friends, and I'm going to keep the hat on. It's my religion. I'm going to wear it places, and they're going to be like, "Sir, can you remove your hat?" And I'm going to be like, "This is my religion." How dare you? And
and did you used to hate the Mets or something? And now
I was indifferent. I've never been. This is the thing, Nadav. Baseball is my midlife crisis.
Okay,
I've learned. I don't have a favorite team. I have some favorites, but for the most part, I just like the game.
You're like, I just want it to be a good game.
I just like watching baseball, dude. Yep. I just want it to be a good game. I'll watch any game. I'll bet on any game. But I find myself watching the Mets more than I find myself watching most teams, and that's why I thought they need me now more than they needed me before. Have you been watching Ted Lasso?
No, I haven't. I haven't gone on the Apple TV. I keep hearing that it's good shit.
It's very good. It's charming. It's sweet, and it's made me realize I need to get on Lexapro because. Boy, does it have me crying. Because it's too good. It's too nice. It's like that fucking stuffed animal commercial. It's happening again.
I remember you saying that made you cry.
I go, Ted Lasso. Why is Ted Lasso making me cry so much? Also, I've been taking and I'm talking to you like a therapist now.
Yeah, go on. You're talking to Dr. Nadav.
I threw some 5-HTP in my rotation.
Uh-huh.
And it's got me.
Oh, that's a nootropic?
It's like supposed to help your serotonin, I believe.
Right. Yeah, people take
like
it after Molly.
Thing.
Yeah.
But I've just been taking it at nights, and it's got me watching Friends and thinking that David Schwimmer's the best comedic actor of my generation. Like I will watch it and I'll just go, I'm laughing out loud. I've never laughed out. I've seen the greatest comedians perform. I've worked with them, and I've gone like, that's funny. That's funny. I am sitting there howling at David Schwimmer, and I'm like, John Ritter, who? That's what I say. John Ritter, you don't speak ill of the dead, R.I.P., but John Ritter's a fucking hack compared to Schwimmer, okay? And I'm saying that. That's the boldest fucking stance I've ever taken on a broadcast in my life, and I'm going to do it, and we're going to get David Schwimmer on this program.
I think it's the boldest stance anyone's ever taken on David Schwimmer.
Yeah, I agree. I get a lot of hate. I'm out there in the fire, okay?
Now, is this 5-HTP, is this making you reevaluate the rest of the cast as well? Like, man, these fuckers are really holding Schwimmer back.
You know what it does? I'll say this, and this is wild, getting in depth on Friends. Did not expect this conversation. Phoebe, played by none other than the gorgeous Lisa Kudrow. I don't know, I'm playing to the wrong camera, of course. Just let me talk, world. Just let me talk. Can it just be a talk show? So anyhow, Lisa Kudrow, I learned through watching as an adult, being older, I'm like, she's the hottest. Like, why weren't more guys like up Lisa Kudrow's?
I always thought she was the hottest.
Oh my God. And she's like so hot. And it's so weird being like 6 years older than all of them and all of them still seeming like way more adults than I am. Like, I feel like when I watch them, I'm like, man, when I'm older, I hope I have a friend like that. I'm like, Josh, you're 35.
You are that old and you don't have a friend.
Exactly. You're that old and you got nothing like that going on. You got nothing, dude.
Dude, you know what's wild? They're supposed to be playing like fresh out of college kids.
Like, in the beginning, they're like, man, I'm turning 24 tomorrow. I'm like, oh my God, look at that apartment. They're all dressed nice and wearing lipstick and shit. I'm like, where's their sweatpants? No one of them wear, I don't know. I'm an infant, but man, oh man, I can't imagine having my shit together. People just like accepted that they had their shit together like that.
No one even questioned it.
So
it was a number one hit.
It was a number one hit.
No one was like, this is so unbelievable, I can't continue watching. But maybe, New York rent prices were more reasonable back then.
I forgot to bring this up, by the way. We're speaking quite a bit about the Middle East.
Great.
And
no.
the things that we have going on there. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, Nadav, and this is something I wanted to bring up to you because you are moving to Austin. The Buffalo Bills have threatened to move to Austin. And on this program, I declared that if Terry Pegula, in fact, moves the team to Austin, I will go to Austin simply to throw myself off that tower the Marines shot people from in symbolism of ruining Terry Pegula's day.
Just one day you want to ruin?
I think it would stick with him for a while.
How many days?
I don't know. I think that would ruin a week if I was like, Terry Pegula.
I want to support you in every decision you make, Josh. You know that.
If the Buffalo Bills leave Buffalo, New York, if the Buffalo Bills are no longer a thing, I am like Thanos snapped. I'm gone. That's it for me. It's my last.
That's a world ruiner for you.
It makes me go, why bother with everything? I said I will become like V for Vendetta, perhaps, and just make my life a rogue person who just bothers Terry Pegula throughout his day, where just every time he goes around, he's like, that fucking guy.
So would you then start, like, who's Buffalo Bills' biggest rivals?
The New England Patriots. There's no way
would you become a Patriots fan?
No, man, I would just die. There's no way. I
you
can't
just
like.
throw yourself
you
off
think
the
I could like
tower.
Patton Oswalt it, where I could just like turn? No, that movie disgusted me actually when he did that. It was called Big Fan, and I think it's fucking.
Was that with Robert De Niro?
I don't remember, but Patton Oswalt is like a Giants fan, and he switches to the Jets. It's like, shut up. I guess if you have two teams in your city, you could do that, but
I'm thinking of a different movie.
oh no, he switched to the Eagles from the Giants. It's like you wouldn't ever do that. It's like ugh, bad movie. Bad. But so the Buffalo Bills threatened to do this. They're going to go to Austin. They're saying if they don't get public money, they've since backpedaled, by the way.
If they don't get public
They
money?
were saying at first, if they don't get 100% public money for their new stadium, they're leaving. That was like the threat they made.
Okay.
And that sent me into I was like, I will ruin your fucking life, Terry Pegula. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I sat in this camera and stared at it, and I was like, I will fucking...
Are they the top of the league? Like, do they have bargaining chips to...
No, they're the owner of the team, so they can move it wherever they want.
Right.
And so they threatened to do that. So,
but demanding money from the city?
Yeah, for the new stadium. So they've since backpedaled. They go, okay, well, we're going to spend a little bit of money too. Don't worry. It's just going to be shared.
Okay.
So they've backpedaled a bit. And they now are saying like, oh, we never said we were going to go to Austin. And people in Austin have said like, there's been no talks of this. So it's been kind of like just stoking fear, basically, a PR tactic to stoke fear, to get people to be like, give them the money. Like me, basically.
Please.
To ruin me. Ooh, daddy. Is that your meter?
Oh, yeah, I got to go refill the meter.
Well, let me just tell you real quick. So, who did Terry... I'm just going to leave you on this cliffhanger.
All right.
So, who did Terry Pegula hire to do this whole PR campaign, so to speak, of getting this public money to run the spinsterism?
The Paul brothers?
Nope. He hired high-powered lobbyists behind the Iraq War.
Oh, my God. Halliburton's fucking running this shit?
Terry Pegula is an oil man, after all. He is an oil man. But yes, go fill your meter, and I will tell you the story when you come back.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you guys fucking keep it going. I'm gonna make
Oh,
sure
we're going to keep it going. So I'll talk about it, and if you need to get filled in on the way back, I'll let you know. But I pretty much think we got the gist of it. Terry and Kim Pagula really wanted to...
Sorry, guys.
They really wanted to get their message known. They wanted to get it out there. How dare...
Forgot my keys.
Oh boy, this is... Well, he has to edit this too, so hey, the guests are editing it this week. Life is chaos. It is absolutely bananas out there right now, folks. No matter what your line of occupation is, one thing you can extract from your brain and stop thinking about completely is dinner time. I can't tell you how much Freshly has saved me in terms of turmoil of having to think about things that I personally wish I didn't have to be bothered with. That's the grocery store. That's prepping a meal. That's coming home and cooking the meal and then washing the dishes. Freshly has taken care of all of those things just simply by existing. Go check out their website right now. It is freshly.com and use my promo code. I'll let you know about that in a moment, but I want you to go check their menu out first and foremost. You can find meals like the steak peppercorn, the sausage baked penne, which is my personal favorite. I've had that one a multitude of times. I'm not a guy who likes to jump around. I like getting the same thing, and that one's the one I've been kind of sticking with. They've also got a chicken pesto bowl, and it fits your lifestyle with a variety of plans and meals to pick from. Like, so if your, dietary needs are a certain way, you can get vegetarian things, different things like that. So you can get family sizes. So right now, go to freshly.com/Josh. My listeners get $40 off the first 2 orders when they go to freshly.com/Josh. Stop stressing about dinner. Go to freshly.com/Josh to get $40 off your first 2 orders. That's freshly.com/Josh for $40 off your first 2 orders. I cannot wait, friend, to start traveling abroad. And that's why the Josh Potter Show today is also brought to us by Babbel, because Babbel's getting me prepped, baby. I'm going over there this time. I'm not going to be some American rube. I'm going to have little things up my sleeve next time I go to Paris, baby. The last time I went to Paris, I couldn't even buy cigarettes without them sticking their nose up at me because I had no idea what the hell the words were. But thanks to Babbel, they've got these 15-minute lessons, man. I'm starting to retain things like a sponge. It's so much easier than class was back in middle school or something like that. That stuff was just ridiculous, arbitrary sort of lessons. These guys have figured out the secret for you to learning a new language. Right now, you can go check out their app. It's just right on your phone. And they've designed things to be practical with real-world conversations in mind, things you'll use in everyday life. Also, they've, other language apps, they don't use this, but they've got this AI technology for their lesson plans. And my God, it's just so intuitive. 100 language experts have come together to put this thing together. You can learn up to 14 different languages. It's insane. I wish they put Mandarin on there since we're all going to be speaking that at some point, but they don't have that one yet. Maybe someday, but right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months just for the price of 3, simply by going to Babbel.com and using the promo code Josh. That's BABBEL.com, code Josh for an extra 3 months for free. Oh boy. Well, Annie, what do you think of all this so far?
You mean about the current story that you're talking about?
No, just this show.
The show?
I'm having fun.
Yeah,
I love that you guys are here. I'm feeling like it's old times. It's been very, very fun.
It's great, man. I'm super happy to be here. The situation is definitely weird. Circumstances are definitely weird.
Right. But, are you back there? Like, have you been listening to the show, or are you back there just like Eddie's like flying Apollo 13 right now is basically what's happening. He's Kevin Bacon. Someone stirred the tanks, and now the whole thing's exploded, and he's in there just like, we're going to get home, fellas. And he's like, fucking, he's going, we got to fit this into this, using nothing but that.
Yeah,
and
man.
then, you know what I mean? So
I'm fitting fucking round pegs into square holes. You know.
I figure you're not like chiming in because you got like a beep, bop, boop, bop, boop. He's like, oh shit, we got to put this alarm out.
No, I'm doing like 13 different things at once, but I'm also a super dissociative, complete fucking mess. I just lost my house, by the way, so that's like.
Is that what you were on the phone about?
Yeah, that's why I had to. We were just about to record, so it's like,
Sorry?
what am I gonna do? You know what I mean?
Well, that's a terrible revelation. Let's go to the sports. No, I don't know.
What I miss, guys?
Well, not only did Terry Pagula hire the man who duped our country into going into a 20-year war about nothing in order to get public money for the Buffalo Bills, and he just revealed to us that he lost his house on the phone call he was just on.
Fuck, dude.
Yes, sir. So that's kind of where this has gone. I mean, it's rainstorm after rainstorm, baby. But you know,
can I just say how much of a pro Ennie is?
Right?
He got that news and he's like, all right, ready in 5, 4.
Yeah, we went on the air right after it.
Yeah, right after that phone call. That's the news you got?
Yeah, that's the news that I got. I mean, I knew that I had to answer it, and I kind of knew it was coming because I mean, you guys know the situation that happened, and so it's like it makes sense. I think for the landlord, it's like, why would he keep going through with this then? Because that just seems unstable. So
now it's back to the drawing board, but you'll find I mean, hey.
For sure.
It won't be difficult, don't worry. You got access to this J-Mind. We'll help you figure this out.
And hey, if you're out there and you're watching this, no, Ennie doesn't want to move in with you.
No, please.
Save it.
No, I don't want to sleep on your couch. I'm good.
God,
Thank you.
people are so weird about that shit. They're like, dude, when you come into town, it's like the club gives me a hotel. I don't need your couch, pal, but I appreciate that you want me to stay with you. But it's like so wild where they're like, just stay with me, dude. Okay, Jeff on DMs.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
I mean, if it's a girl,
yeah, like, you know, what I mean? There's certain candidates. I mean,
actually, come to think of it, if your name's Jessica, completely invited sort of situation.
Jeff
please.
kick rocks.
I don't mean to be binary, but in this case, Daddy's quite binary. There's really only one way. But hey, let's get into the sports, huh?
Beep 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 beep. Beep beep beep.
What if you just like at one point he's like
beep
I wanted you to end it by being like, I lost my fucking house.
What a fucking day, man. What a week.
What a week. We're all sitting here.
When it hasn't been your day, your week,
Come on.
or even your year, I'll be there.
Hey, that sums up this whole week,
That
baby.
really comes around.
That really makes sense. Hey, so that's what they were talking about.
You're like, I'm going to enjoy crying to this later. Oh, shit.
Someone's having a worse time than us, though, this week, I'll tell you, and that is Jack Moss. Now, I'm glad you guys are producing this show because I have some advice to ask you. I can't play this clip, obviously, because it's a broadcast of a baseball game. Mm-hmm. But a man made another error on the broadcast. And I thought, since I can't play it, should I recreate it word for word?
My gut already says don't do it. But, I mean, it's your show. Do whatever you want.
What happened was, you see, Jack Moss of the Detroit Tigers broadcast team, older fella, been in the game for a minute. Shohei Ohtani was coming to the plate, and the one guy on the broadcast goes, and what do you do about Shohei Ohtani? Now, if you don't know Shohei Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani is his name. He's a Japanese-born player.
Okay.
Plays for the Los Angeles Angels. He is doing something right now that nobody has done since Babe Ruth. And by the way, people out there that are like old-timey baseball, Shohei Ohtani would mop the floor with Babe Ruth. He would make Babe Ruth look like the fat slob that Babe Ruth was. Okay? I mean, Shohei Ohtani would destroy Babe Ruth. I mean, it's not even close. They're not even playing the same sport. It's fucking ridiculous. You're Babe Ruth. Basically, you could be Babe Ruth.
I'm going to try and take that as a compliment.
It is for you. Maybe not to the Babe Ruth people out there, but to Nadav, big compliment. He could have been the big Yankee guy, the big
so he's just
Gambino.
He's slamming dingers, or
he's hitting dingers, and he's one of the top pitchers in the league. So he's doing both. He's the ace, and so he has an OPS, which is like a stat that is so boring that I don't even want to mention, but it's about power and getting on base. And it's like a percentage
okay
that they line up. His is 166. or 1.66. I'm learning this shit.
Sounds high.
But yes, no, it is. On average, 0.800 is the like average player. So
Okay.
he's like 1.66,
Okay.
which is insane. So much higher than the average. He's like
Double.
upper echelon. And his ERA, which means in terms of pitching, earned runs, is an average of 1.6. So that means he's only allowing like an average of 1.6 runs every outing that he's pitching. So it's just insane. Banana stats. For a pitcher, crazy stats. For a batter, crazy stats. And it happens to be all in one Japanese person. And this has gotten so many people in trouble because it's he's lighting the league on fire, and he's become sort of the face of baseball. Stephen A. Smith goes, I don't think that he could be the face of baseball because he has an interpreter. And I was like, what? Everyone was like, huh? What does that mean? And he got in trouble because everyone thought he was racist. But he was really just being inept. Because if you have an interpreter and you are of a different race, I would imagine that kind of helps you be the face of baseball. Mike Trout, no one gives a shit about some white guy, like, what I mean?
Right,
So
sure.
I'd figured, like, in this day and age, that's even more of a reason he could become the face of baseball.
And it'd bring more people into the sport. I imagine Americans really are the only ones that really like baseball.
The ratings in Japan, it's a very big Japanese sport. It's big in the Dominican Republic, but it has expanded. I mean, the LA Angels games in Japan get like insane ratings. But now, so this is, the man comes to the plate, Shohei Ohtani, and the broadcaster goes, and what do you do about Ohtani? He's just hitting everything. And then Jack Moss goes, be very, very careful. And then he just went about his day. And it took, this is what happened, like innings went by.
I'd love to be in the production booth for that.
Well, that's the thing. Again with the meter?
No, I snoozed it. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
I snoozed it.
We're having phones go off. So innings go by, and then he issues an apology. His apology is what I wish I could play, but it said something along the lines of like, he goes, I didn't realize what I was, apparently, he says that, he goes, apparently I said something that was off color, and I apologize. So again, being in the production booth, you have that mentality, and I think about being that guy that had to go up to him and be like, what you just did. Right there with the very, very thing. You're going to get fucked for that. And he'll be like, what are you talking about? Imagine having to tell an old man that you can't do that anymore.
You're like, what? That's racist?
Wait, I did what? Wait, no, I just said you got to be careful. What are you talking about? Oh, because I talked like he does? What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? He's like, they're like, Jesus, just shut Jack.
Right. He says crazy. She's like, but that's what they sound like.
I just said it because he's Japanese. Like, he
doesn't connect the dots.
Guys, he's Japanese. That's why I did that. It's a joke about him being Japanese. They're like, yeah, we know. It's racist. He's like, I don't think you guys get it. I don't think you got it. He is Japanese, though. That's how he talks. They're like, no, Jack, stop it.
I just made fun of his race. I don't get what.
So then they're probably explaining to this over a course of who knows how long. A couple innings or whatever. And then finally he goes, all right, well, fuck it. I'll do the fucking apology. Who gives a shit? Evidently, I said something that was racist or off color, and I apologize. And he was so like, he didn't even remember that it was just so wild. It's like, we just got to get these old guys out of the booth, sadly. But some of them, I mean, look at, there's a gentleman who I grew up emulating in my bedroom playing hockey video games, on Sega Genesis, NHL 95. I would pretend to be Rick Jeanneret and just yell in my fucking room like a fucking little loser. He just announced today that next season, his 51st season, will be his final season. 51 years. Behind the mic doing play-by-play for the Sabres. And when I was a little kid, his voice was music, and it would just ring up, and it would like somehow echo with the horn of the goal, and they would harmonize. He'd be like, goal! And it'd be like, and it would be like, you get goosebumps. Now he's an old man, and it's a little sad, and the team has sucked for the last decade. So it's like a fifth of Rick Jeanneret's life. He has had to struggle. He went through cancer. He beat cancer so he can continue to call these games.
Oh my God.
And the team is dog shit. He's like, I could say 9-0 again against the Sabres. It's like terrible. It's like this man is dying, getting to the game. He has to go up the stairs, up an elevator and shit, going up to the booth. It's fucking brutal. And now he's doing his final season. There is no chance they're going to be better or even resemble a good hockey team. So I'm sad.
They're not
going
to give him a good send-off.
No, and I got to be in the production crew for Van Miller, who was a legendary Buffalo Bills broadcaster. I got to be there for his last couple of years. Boy, oh boy, I mean, it was, he'd have to go to the bathroom a lot. I mean, in football, thank God, it's a little slower. You got time. During hockey, it's like a puck across the blue line, blah, blah, blah. It's going on back and forth. It's tougher to pee. He probably had like a bottle down here. And Rick used to like have a couple pops on the air, and I think he had to give that up like about 15 years ago. But I watched Van Miller in his final game broadcasting. I had to sit there producing that game, and the Bills were so terrible at the time. They didn't score one touchdown for Van Miller to call in his final game, and I always thought that was the saddest thing. We got demolished by the Patriots. Tom Brady just kind of started at that time. Yeah. So it's sad watching these guys go out. It really is. But there's a video that I was telling you about that a friend in Buffalo told me about, and I need to watch. I've saved this for like my weekend viewing because I'm so excited. It was just posted on the internet like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's a legendary morning man named Clint Buellman out of WBEN. And he was on the air for decades. Multiple, many, handfuls of decades. And they tell him, you're old. You got to get out of here. You're starting to he'll be like, we got 78 degrees outside today and the snow's falling. Like his mind was escaping. He was no longer sharp. You know what I mean? He was talking, saying some wild shit where they were like, okay, Clint, you know what I mean? He'd be like, socialism, stuff like that. He'd just start saying wild shit. So, like these kids today, fucking, very John Otto.
Youths.
Like, yeah, so they're like, you got to get out of here. And he was like, fuck that. You're going to have to pull me out of the studio. Like, I'm dying in there, basically, because they were trying to get him to retire. They're like, do a retirement, we'll make it a big deal. He's like, fuck that, I'm not fucking retiring. So finally, they get him, they're like, well, you're done regardless. This is your last day. So the news crew came to film, because it's like a legendary local guy doing his last broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the man is just a petulant child throughout the entire thing. And at the end, he just throws his glasses off onto the table, and he just starts crying into the to an open microphone. Just going like, I don't want to. No. Dude, I got it.
This is on video?
It's on YouTube. Just was posted by Buffalo Broadcasting Hall of Fame, I think, or Steve Seashon, who I referenced last week, who was the only place you could get these sounds from.
A Buffalo guy posted this?
Yes. I'm going to try and cut it up and get you some audio next week. I haven't watched all 45 minutes of it because I'm just, like I said, I've been savoring it. I've been saving it. But there is another interesting sports-esque story, sort of sports adjacent, and that is about Ric Flair.
Ooh.
I would consider he's my man. I love fucking Ric Flair.
He's the best.
Is like I wake up and I listen to a Ric Flair speech to pump me up for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where he's just like, just the shit he says. So much swag, so much steez, as the kids say. Is that a thing, Annie? Steez?
Yeah, steez is a thing.
Still?
Ric Flair's got all the steez.
I mean, people don't really say it, to be honest, but yeah.
People don't say what they say, then.
You can.
What are they saying?
They got steez, steez for streets.
I heard Josh Richards say it, and he's pretty popular.
I don't know who Josh Richards is, but
he's on TikTok. I'm smart and young. I am youthful.
I know, internet.
So sometimes that's what happens. You date someone, you go, how old are we again? Oh, 24. Okay. This is the pitfalls of this. I'm not saying
and then you go like,
thank God. Sometimes
tell
nowadays.
me about this TikTok.
Nowadays I go, thank God, 24. That's good. Hey, we are in the plus range. No articles about daddy here. Thank you. Keep it above that. And we're all set. But you got to make sure, steez, all these things. I don't know what they say. So what's a good way to say Ric Flair has swag? I mean, he's the most swagged out man. Hit me to the new lingo there.
Damn. That he's...
he ain't simping, he pimping. Right, guys?
He ain't simping, he pimping.
That was... I don't know. I don't like that.
No, that's bad. That's thumbs down. All right, edit that out.
So there's a viral... fuck. I wish we had Googling qualities, because there's a viral photo, and I should have just prepped it, but I didn't... we know what happened. There's a viral photo of Ric Flair evidently going down on a woman.
Like a present picture?
Yeah, it says there was a viral video making the rounds.
Were they on a train?
Yes. going down on a chick.
That was Ric Flair?
Well, turns out it's not. Everyone said, that's Ric Flair. That's Ric Flair. So Ric Flair had to come on and be like, that's another man, brother. Woo! You know, he would have been like, if it was him, he would have been like, he would have been all about it. He would have been like, I'm a pussy eating, jet flying, train riding, pussy eating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would have owned it. He would have been like, that's my tongue, brother. You know, he would have been all about it.
But I feel like he'd clarify. He'd be like, look, I eat pussy, but not on trains. I do that shit on PJs, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's old. That would have been a good way to go about it. He goes, Ric Flair, listen to me, Hulk. Ric Flair only eats pussy on a private jet flying high in the sky.
And limousines or like some bullshit.
All you trailer trash. You eat pussy on a train like a poor person. And these Ferragamos ain't keeping me down. Something like that.
Wow, well, I saw that picture and like I just went through a real roller coaster of like, wait, that was Ric Flair?
I never saw the picture.
Thank God it's not Ric Flair.
But why wouldn't you want it to be Ric Flair? Because of his age?
Well, it's really weird because like there's so little skin that you see, but just every little piece of skin that you see, like, God, that belongs to a real old person.
Well, Ric Flair is old.
No. I'm saying like the toes of the lady, like the toes are wrinkled. Like all of it was like, yeah.
His wife is a piece, by the way. Ric Flair's current wife. She used to be in wrestling too in the 80s. She played a French maid character that I can't remember the name of.
Sick.
But she was a smoke show, and she still is, and she's like 1,000 years old. I mean, I apologize. She's like 60 something probably, but like
that's fine.
You know, for a 60-year-old, you're like,
hell yeah.
I'm having sort of memories of your French maid days, if you will. Sorry, Ric Flair, I'm talking disrespectfully about your wife. I would never do that, King. I would never do that. I'd never disrespect you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wanted it to be Ric Flair because I want to know that old people get to the age where like they just, you know how they don't care and like an old guy will just like drop his pants to his ankles at the urinal. We've been talking quite a bit. By the way, where do you stand on the whole debate? When you go to a urinal, what is your first step?
My first step?
Give us all your steps.
All right.
What's your routine?
All right. I go into the bathroom. I see how many are available. If it's all empty, then my rule is I'm going all the way to the corner, so I have wall on one side and then empty urinal on the other side.
Forget urinal selection. I'm just talking about pure execution of taking a piss.
Oh. Fucking eyes down, stay to yourself, and don't talk.
What do you do with your penis? Detail.
I pee out of it.
How do you get it out?
Belt, zip, and then flop out.
Boom, baby. We at it. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, hold on. Do you pee? Do you zip and then pee through the hole?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, like a person.
No. Like a fucking 3-year-old. That's how they pee. Because belt buckles are hard.
I don't like that you did it that way. But why would
you pee like a boy, dude?
It's efficiency. Why would I fiddle with the belt buckle?
Efficiency?
Yeah. Why would I fiddle with the belt buckle? The belt stays where it stays. Then the pants stay at the level they stay. The dick comes out the fly. It goes back in. Dude, we zip up. We go about our life.
Do you think that if you unbuckle and unzip, there's a chance like, oh, my pants are going to get out of my grip and it's going to go down to my ankles and everyone's going to think I'm an idiot?
It does make your ass hang out. You do look like a fucking, this
is coming from someone who doesn't do this. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, that never happens ever. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel like your pants are starting to sag a little bit. Like,
dude,
the inner city blacks.
If you want me to teach you how to pee in a urinal, I'm more than down to give you a tutorial.
Now you're being reductive. You're being reductive to the discussion. The fly keeps your pants at the same level. The belt stays intact. You don't have to put the belt back on. I can't tell you how many times.
You have metal grates on either side of your dick. Like, granted, accidents are going to happen, but you're not eliminating the possibility of an accident.
I've brought up this point as well. How hasty are you with your dick that you're throwing it on all the metal things?
What, you really gotta piss?
I don't fucking do that. Dude,
still, and even in a rushed moment, I am still precision-like. I am like, you know how like in Mission Impossible, he's like sweating, but he's like got the computer. He's like, hold on, I'm almost in. I am that when I have to piss very hard. Like I have to piss very badly. I'm in my brain. I'm sweating. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta piss. But I am like fucking ice in my veins, getting that dick out the fly. It's ready to go.
No, wait,
Zip,
but hold on.
Pull, piss.
But then when you zip down, Like, isn't it like? Is it just your dick is just boom all of a sudden out, or you have to like kind of reach for it?
You go in with you got this hand, you see, and you go in and you pull your dick out. You just flop it. It's already in the position. I've done this X amount. People hate.
You've done this all your life. I know.
No. I've done it on the show. I've given this sort of diagram. You see,
God, what fucking happened?
Say this is the penis, right?
Hold on.
This is the penis.
Yep, all right.
This isn't to scale. This isn't to scale at all. Okay, just you fucking before you say anything. It's kind of a lame one, but I mean, let's just say, okay, now the fly is like this big. We'll say everything's like just to give you an idea, right?
Okay.
So your penis is already like this in your pants, right?
But then you're just like,
and then you just go a link, and now
cool.
it's out.
So you're dragging the head across the zipper.
No, I'm pulling it up like this. I'm pulling it out, and it's going, and then you pull it out, and then it flaps down, and it's in a little pouch. You pee, and then you just go. Yoink.
I disagree with all of this, dude.
I know you do, and you do an over the top. You're an over the topper.
Well,
I've said this. Over the top is McDonald's. Through the fly,
it's third grade.
Chipotle. I don't know.
Isn't Chipotle fucking owned by
Shut up,
McDonald's?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a better version. They own both of them. Why? Because a higher clientele goes to Chipotle, while the masses and the fucking cave people go to McDonald's.
What fucking higher clientele goes to Chipotle? Chipotle's garbage. What are you talking about?
Chipotle ain't great.
Compared to McDonald's?
No, it's
They're both
the same.
Just trying to come up with a fucking example.
on why we would be wrong in this analogy.
I didn't even play the music in the beginning.
Didn't Annie do it?
No.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, he's like he had a grand discovery that he could play the music,
And then
on
I
his
didn't
phone.
do it.
And he didn't do it.
Because I'm thinking here at the end, I'm like, should I just play the same music? Oh, didn't play it in the first place. I'm doing the post audio too, so it's like, do I put it in now or do I not because we referenced
No,
it?
you just reference it, so you can't fix it.
No, it's
now us
embedded.
talking about not fixing it wouldn't make sense.
It's too baked in, bro. You can't fix it.
This is the crazy. I mean,
This is the best, dude. This is primo poverty.
I want people to know at home, this show comes to you basically just in Scotch tape. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, imagine getting an Amazon package. You know when you get it, it's all like dented up and everything like that? That's how this episode is coming out, but we got it to your door.
Shit, dude.
We got it to your door.
Wait, do we actually have time to talk about the R. Kelly thing that I told you about?
Please. I'm not beholden to that. Let's please talk about the R. Kelly thing because Nadav brought up something absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I told you a little. Like I don't think you have enough reference or context.
No,
but,
I didn't know anything.
So this was a headline that I saw on the way out right before I went up to go pick you up, and it was so R. Kelly's physician of 25 years because he's going through trials right now. R. Kelly's physician of 25 years goes on the stand and testifies R. Kelly has had herpes since 2007 at the latest. He's like, I had suspicion since 2000 and told him that he should be educating his partners about all this. I'm not sure he has, though.
That's because now they can use that in the suit. They're like, he gave me herpes.
No, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like that's now an added level to it. But imagine that this doctor, like,
oh my God,
your
that's
doctor is coming on trial to say, yep, under legal scrutiny and under perjury felony, yes.
Tell people about your STDs, folks. Tell people because this is what you could become like a murderer. You know what I mean? It's like kind of the same thing. It's like you're assaulting somebody with your poison dick.
Yeah. And now you're trapped in
and
a
now
closet.
they got herpes forever.
Got herpes on your dick.
Annie knows the words to the Trapped in the Closet song, which I forgot that it's like a poem. It's basically Annie just recited a monologue.
It's a hip hopstra, right? It's the hip opera. That's it.
I just remember. I mean, like with all the Space Jam stuff, it's got me going back to the "I Believe I Can Fly." That song is so good.
He had herpes then.
And he had herpes, and he had women trapped in the closet or whatever. Turns out, I believe I don't have herpes. He just sings that to a woman, and she's like, "I don't care if you have herpes or not. Put that penis in my body."
She says no. I say yes. She says no. I say yes. I says no.
What are his other fucking Bump and Grind was one? I don't remember how that goes.
Ignition, baby.
Oh, he got the fresh out the kitchen.
And
right?
now I fuck children.
That's what it was too, right? Children, huh? No, he was there with Gayle King. I didn't do that. I didn't fuck those kids.
I mean, it's a real bummer, but the fact that, I don't know, something about having your doctor having to legally testify you've had herpes for like arguably 20 years.
That's like in Chappelle Show. There's like a part in Chappelle Show where like they just kind of go over like the difference between how a family would be treated if they were white or black by the police, and like at one point Bill Burr was like on the stand as the cop, and he's like, because they shoot the dog for no reason. And he's like, and the ravenous dog was coming at me. And Bill Burr's like giving the testimony. He goes, and then at the end he just throws it and he goes, and his wife threw a titty in my hand. And that shit makes me laugh so hard. And that's what I picture this doctor being like. He's like, yeah, he had herpes in like 2007. Between you and me, probably earlier than that. I saw some weird shit back in 2000.
Well, the reason why they said 2007 is because he's like, look, I've been telling him to get checked out and like telling all of his partners to like go get tested, but like 2007 is when the first time he prescribed him Valtrex. I think that's like when it became on record.
Maybe that's when Valtrex first became a thing too. I don't know when Valtrex was invented.
Oh, right. Like
there might not even have been Valtrex in the. I mean, we don't. You're the doctor here.
Right. I mean, sometimes I'm surprised where people are like, oh yeah, Viagra really changed the porn scene. I'm like, wait, how new is Viagra?
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, this is gonna get me fucking demonetized, but I didn't know. We're talking about vaccines and everything. I didn't know there was a chickenpox vaccine. Back when I was a kid, you just got chickenpox when other kids. There was like, they got chickenpox, go get it. Basically, I never got it.
I was like that too.
I never got chickenpox, and I don't have the vaccine. I don't think.
I got chickenpox.
I think I would. As a kid,
as a kid, that shit sucked.
Well, yeah, but if you get them in as an adult, you could like die, or it's because it's not even. They don't even have a cute name for it anymore. Like chickenpox, it's called shingles.
Right.
And then you die from it or something. So I don't know if I have I have to like ask a doctor or something. Do I have the vaccine?
No. It's like if you had chickenpox, I think it's possible then for you to get shingles. Like a buddy of mine got super stressed and then like had stress-induced shingles over like a 3-month period.
Well, that's a different kind. I'm talking about this one that is the chickenpox, though, that you receive that's contagious.
Smallpox?
You can only get it once. No, smallpox is very much worse. That's some wagon shit. Back in the day. But no, I thought, so I mean, I've never had either. I've never had chickenpox as a kid, and I never had the vaccine because I didn't know there was one. And everyone's like, no, you got it probably. I'm like, thanks, Jerry. I mean, how do you fucking know? You know what I mean? Like, thanks, Greg. How do you fucking know if I got it? You're just like, no, they did give it to you. Like, when I'd never go to the doctor. So I don't think I did get it.
I'm sure your parents made you go to the doctor before you were 18.
But that's the thing. I don't think it was a thing until like I was maybe 19 years old, 20 years old. So like by then I was like, not going to the doctor. You know what I mean?
How old are you?
I'm 35. I mean, I've gone, but honest to God, like since I think I was off my parents' insurance when I was 22, and I've gone to the doctor in that time for a physical one time.
Dude.
And it was 10 years ago. I was 25. I had to go for work for my job for health insurance. And you know what they said? Ship shape.
No fucking way. You can't see butterflies, dude.
Well, I mean, I can't see, but the things going on in here were all set. You know what I mean? You know, blood pressure's a little low, but hey, we can deal with that. Stop fainting. Maybe eat some food once in a while. That was kind of the advice, you know?
The advice they gave you was to stop fainting?
Yeah, I was having some fainting spells back in those days because I was working a lot.
Tip top, yeah.
Turns out I had very low blood pressure, so I was like, "What does that mean? I can eat hamburgers and raise it?" You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I took it. I don't know.
At 25, these are the thoughts that you have.
This is what I'll do. This is what I want to do. I've decided right now because we were talking before the show about how I can get Dr. Drew on. I want to do a remote episode, or at least a segment of it remotely, where Dr. Drew gives me like a physical.
I think that's a great idea. You need one.
Yeah, and I would love to just know what it is, and it would be funny for everyone to hear. And I'll give up all the HIPAA laws, whatever, can tell him about my fucking stats.
Are you going to be cool with him checking your prostate?
Let's go, baby. If he wants to get in there.
It is Ask Marty time.
Get up in there, Drew. I don't give a shit for medical reasons.
Can't abide such idiocy any longer.
Yeah, for all of you who think it's gay, it's for medical stuff. Can't abide your idiocy.
I don't think anyone.
Good. Keep it that way.
I like women, you see.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's another thing that me and my friend were talking about. Friends, the rampant homophobia.
Oh, there is?
Oh my, the jokes, because it's the 90s. They're
Right.
like, huh, he at one point Joey was like, they're like, why don't you like bend your wrist a little? And he did it. And then he did it a little more. They're like, a little too much. And he was like, ooh, don't be gay. Chandler was always like, I'm not gay. That was always this thing like, could you be less gay? Like stuff like that. Like it was always just like they were so homophobic. It's weird to watch now. Actually, sometimes you're just like, so what if he was gay? You know what I mean? You sit
Right.
there, you're going like, as a person in this day and age,
Right.
it's wild. But that is my soliloquy on Friends. I have a lot more thoughts if you're curious. But fuck, man, we've been sitting here for a lot longer than the time that this has been airing. I feel like triage has been done. It's been a wonderful episode. I appreciate you coming in. More than these people are ever going to understand. I appreciate you coming in.
Dude, it's great to be here, man. I'm
Same
glad
with
I could
Ennie,
help.
obviously. Thank you to Ennie.
Hell yeah. Man.
Thank you to Kirsten. Thank you to Sickler. I just exist, and I came here to talk, and thank God I was able to. And now you get an episode. Sure, it shows up on your door a little, ga, 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 ga. But shake it. It's all intact in there, baby. We're all
That's
good.
how you check. You
That's
shake
how,
it.
yeah.
All there.
Sounds in one piece.
I'm glad I could put it together for you, homie.
Thanks, dog. I got to do the fucking sound editing, so who knows if I fuck that up. But I haven't done that in a minute. It's been a minute. It'll be like the old times.
Yeah, dude, I haven't edited an episode in a while. We'll see how it goes.
Old times, baby. Life's a flat circle. But I am going to be on the road. I'm excited. September 5th. Get ready. I'm going to be in Milwaukee Improv. Then 10 days after that, on the 15th, you can find me in Nashville at Zanies. On the 30th of September, I will be at the DC Improv. And big announcement, Buffalo coming home for Thanksgiving weekend, 26, 27, 28, 5 shows, all happening at Helium Comedy Club. Get your tickets via my Instagram at Josh_Potter. You can go on my Twitter at J_Potter. Please continue to subscribe, hit that bell, do all that dumb shit, and review, all that crap on the iTunes. Keep it going. You guys are doing great with all that shit, so I love it. Thank you so much. And we will see you next Tuesday on The Josh Potter Show.